Good morning, everybody. We're going to be starting our read aloud today with Alexa, day 9. Because we don't have school tomorrow because it's Good Friday, today will be your last day to get our dollar words in. Any of the dollar words that Lucas is pointing out in the chapters, you can definitely use. So if you want to kind of get a kickstart in playing along with us, we've gotten words from Adriana and Gabby this week, and Anthony. I'd love to hear from more of you to get into thinking about these words and doing the math out. All right, Alexa. Teach was like, Alexa, I think it's time for you to follow me. I went into the hall with him. He closed the door behind us. Teachers had done this stuff with me before. It was like no big deal. I didn't even give Teach a chance. They're being so mean to me, I blurted out. They won't let me do anything. Jessica thinks like she's the boss. But this is where Teach was different again. Wrong, he said. Stop. But he put both hands up. Just stop, he said. I was quiet. He looked right at me. You're lying, and I don't like liars, he said. You're being mean, and I don't like mean people. I felt real tears coming. I didn't want to cry. Not for real. I squeezed my teeth together and scrunched my eyes. I held my purse hard with both hands. You're acting like the meanest girl I've ever seen, he said. I couldn't help it. The tears came. I was really upset. I looked down at the floor. I'm not being unreasonable, Lexi. I was like, yes, you are, but I didn't say anything. I'm telling you the truth, and sometimes the truth can hurt. I kept my head down. I pulled a tissue from my purse and wiped my eyes. He was being a bully. I know you're not mean deep down inside, Teach went on, so stop acting like you are. Miss Kelsey has told me some amazing things about you in her room. He didn't get it. Nobody was going to be my friend. I know, because that's how it was before. Kids made fun of me because of my clothes, because of how I talked. Leopard Lexi and Lexi Like, they called me. And then one day in 3rd grade, I attacked back. I yelled at some girl like Mom and Dad yelled at each other. And after that, no one wanted to be friends with her. It didn't matter that what I said was a lie. They ditched her and became my friends instead. Just like that, I became the leader. All of a sudden, I was getting all kinds of attention, unlike at home. Mom was around, but usually too upset over Dad, because he was never around, to worry about me. And then last year, she like hit her limit and threw Dad out of the house. Mom told me then, Alexa, don't let people push you around like your father did to us. You take charge and fight back. So there's no way I'm going back to being nice. Nobody's going to make fun of me again. I don't remember anything else Mr. Terupt said. I was too mad to listen. I hate you, Mr. Terupt. Jeffrey, did it help? I asked Jessica one day in her Ramadan group. We were just doing some research on the computer. What? She asked. Did tellin' help like Ida B? I think it helped a little, she said. I stared at the computer. I'm listening, she said. You won't tell anyone, I said. I won't tell, she said. Promise. Because nobody knows any of this. I just moved here last year, halfway through the school year, and nobody knows anything about me. I won't tell, she said again. I'm not sure why I believed her, but for the first time, I told someone my secret. My brother's name was Michael. The football cards were his. He was older than me. He has Down syndrome and leukemia, and was real sick, so my parents had me in order to save him. I could feel Jessica looking at me after telling her that last part, but I kept staring at the computer. They gave Michael my stem cells, special cells that can turn into anything else in your body, hoping that they would become what Michael needed. It worked for a while, but then he got sick again. He was in and out of the hospital a lot, so that's how I learned about kids with special needs. I stopped. The computer was quiet. Jessica hadn't pushed anything on the keyboard. She was listening. Then, the summer before 4th grade, I gave my bone marrow to Michael. It was his last chance. Excuse me. Everything else had failed. I stopped again. My throat was tightening around the lump in it. It was going to be hard to tell the rest. What happened? Jessica said. It worked, but not fast enough. Michael got sick before his body could fight the cancer off. I didn't save him. The screensaver bounced around. I stared at it. Then Jessica said something no one had ever said to me before. It's not your fault, Jeffrey. I got up and walked to the bathroom. I had to. Anna. I never had a teacher stick up for me before. I'd get picked on and made fun of, and my teachers never did anything. Maybe because I never did anything either. I didn't cry or get upset, I just stayed quiet. Maybe it seemed like it didn't bother me, but nobody's got skin that thick. Mr. Turup did something. I loved him for that. He wasn't real happy about it, though. He wanted us to do the sticking up for each other. I didn't know if I could do that. But with Jessica and Danielle by my side, I knew I'd try. I knew I'd try. Mr. Turup was right about that. Things were much easier in our group after the whole Alexa incident. She came back quiet and remained quiet for the rest of the day, and every day after that. I knew she was feeling bad. A lot of girls have felt the same way because of her, so I figured it was only fair. But it bothered me too. Mom has always told me, we don't have enough days to waste being upset or sad. You've got to be happy and have fun, Anna. I think Mom's positive attitude is pretty amazing, especially after all she's been through. And I think she's right. We weren't mean to Alexa, but we left her alone. I hoped she'd be different now that Mr. Turupt had held a conference with her. During the time we worked on our center, I found the courage to do something I hadn't done before. One day during recess, while doing some stick sketching in the dirt, I took a deep breath and plunged my head. "Would you guys like to come over to my house for a play date?" I asked Jessica and Danielle. Jessica looked up. "I'd love to," she said. She glanced at Danielle, who kept her head down and continued sketching. Danielle's really good at drawing, so I thought maybe she just wanted to finish her sketch. Snap. Her stick broke in half. "But I'll need to check with my mom first," Jessica added. "Me too," Danielle said, but she still didn't look up. "Let me ask my mom." "You don't have to come over if you don't want to," I said to Danielle. "No, I want to," she said, looking right at me this time. I believed her. Then she looked away. "But I need to get permission." The recess whistle blew. Danielle had drawn 3 girls holding hands in the dirt. I smiled. They both wanted to come over. I just hoped their mothers would say yes. Danielle. The holiday centers turned out great. It was a lot of hard work, especially with Alexa in our group, but Mr. Turup took care of her. She wasn't the same after that. She became real quiet, which helped us get our center put together smoothly. Jessica and Jeffrey completed the trivia game. They came up with some really great questions. Luke loved playing it when he visited our holiday. He said he learned a lot from it, which Mr. Turup was happy to hear. Mr. Terupt hung around our center because of the cookies. I made them, even after what Alexa said about me. My mom and grandma helped me find a recipe that used cumin, which is a spice. The 3 of us spent a lot of time together in the kitchen. It was the perfect opportunity to ask about going to Anna's, but I just couldn't get myself to do it. The best part of our holiday centers day took place when our collaborative friends visited. That was Peter's great idea. Some of the games were hard for them, but we all helped. They were able to do the crafts and eat special foods like my cookies. James liked our craft project where you had to cut thin strips of paper and staple rings together to make a long chain. The chain is a calendar to help you count down the days of Ramadan, which can be 29 or 30 days long. Our chain included way more links than that because our guest kept adding them. 137, James said after eyeing the chain for a few seconds. Then he started attaching more links. James really liked the surprise I had for him. I put together a collection of photographs of Middle Eastern farms and farming. He sat down and started talking about them and studying them. Seeing James like this made me happy. Jeffrey surprised us. Once Joey showed up, Jeffrey pulled out this little memory game that he had made with pairs of matching cards with different Ramadan pictures on them. He and Joey played. It was a super wonderful day. Mr. Turup was smiling. So was I. Okay, we're gonna stop there. Um, I think what's really important to take away from these couple chapters today um, is you don't always know what people are going through and why they're acting in certain ways. We kind of got a glimpse into what Alexa's life is like, and maybe what she really needed was a friend to help her be kind to others. Um, and maybe Mr. Turp could kind of start those wheels in motion. I'd love to know what you guys think about the characters. If there anyone that you're really connecting with, do you have a favorite character? Are you hoping somebody is going to be able to change this year? I'd love to hear what you think. So we will pick up reading next week on Monday. Let's have a great day and end the week off on a good note. I'll see you later, guys. Bye.